Morning, guys. We're on Colossians chapter 2, and we're going to be reading from verse 1. For I want you to know how great a struggle I have for you. And he's talking to the church at Colossae and the church next door at Laodicea. Just to remind that from the beginning, Colossae was like on the main trade route, and then it became Laodicea. And so because they're so close together, he's addressing both churches. And he's, as we read in the end of chapter 1, there's a struggle going on. And it's a struggle that for the unity, that they'll be built up in Christ, that they'll understand the things of the Lord and not be caught up in the different errors that they've been exposed to. And this is a struggle that is all part of God in them. That's the mystery that he's been talking about. So he says, I want you to know how great a struggle I have for you and for those at Laodicea and for all who have not seen me face to face. Because remember, he's writing from prison. He hasn't seen every believer. What is the struggle for? Verse 2, that their hearts may be encouraged, being knit together in love. And so as Christ lives in them and Christ works in them, there should be a unity and a love, the crowning virtue of every believer, because God is love, knit together in love to reach all the riches of full assurance of understanding and the knowledge of God's mystery, which is Christ. And it's always bringing it back to Jesus. This is the mystery. This is what it's all about. Because there's so many distractions, and as we go through Colossians 2, you'll see they were, in a sense, looking at other things and not embracing the reality, which is Jesus Christ. And so they were getting distracted. And so he wants them built up in love, in unity, coming to this full knowledge of who Jesus is, and a full understanding, assurance, because with doubts and the wrong doctrine, you don't have assurance of understanding and salvation, even though they were embracing the wrong gospel. Verse 3, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And so Christ has all the treasure, all wisdom. There is nothing else we need. We are completely sufficient in him. There's always a tendency, not only here in the church of Colossae, but even today, to add things to Jesus, to be looking elsewhere. But one of the great doctrines of Scripture is that he is all sufficient. And so we see this word all coming through the Scriptures. There is nowhere else. There is no one else. We need to be we need to be searching, we need to be abiding in Jesus. And so he is completely sufficient for not only saving us, but for living a righteous life. And so in him are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And let's remember that today there is nowhere else to turn. There is nowhere else, no one else in whom all the wisdom and knowledge is had. So I trust that even today our eyes will be fixed on Jesus.